Welcome Secondary 2. Today inshallah we will make a revision on biology. Let's start. Number 1. The kidneys are long and thin organs in. We know that the kidneys are long only in lower vertebrates like amphibians, and from examples of amphibians is frog. So we will choose frog, okay, as frog from amphibians, and amphibians from lower vertebrate which have long and thin kidneys. Number 2. In the opposite figure, which of the following statements is applied on a seedling that was exposed to the light from the above for a period of time? This plant or this seedling exposed to light from above. So the amount of axons which is formed is equal in X and Y. So the distribution of axons is similar in X and Y. So we must choose number B. Okay. Number 3. The skin is considered the protective, responsive, and excretory organ. This is because it contains. We know the skin is the largest organ in living organism or in human body, as it is responsible for protection and sensation and excretion. Protection as contain keratin, and responsive or sensation because it contains the sensory nerve ending, and excretory organ as it contains a large amount or a large number of sweat glands. So we choose answer number A. Okay. The opposite graph illustrated that the rate of production of each of sweat and urine in human at different temperature. Which of the following statement is applied on this graph? It is the graph or relation between the rate of production and temperature. As we go right, the temperature increase. It change from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and 35. So temperature increase. When the temperature increase, we know the rate of the sweat will increase. Okay. While by increasing temperature, the rate of urination or the amount of urine produced is decreased. So they are a inverse relation. Okay. And in this point, the amount of sweat and the amount of urine is equal. Okay, so the rate of production of each of the urine and the sweat is equal at temperature 22. Okay. Number 4. The urine in human is similar with the transpiration water in plant, in that each of them getting rid of water by passing through the plasma membrane of the cells. Okay. Which of the following statement agrees with the sensation process in plant? Number 1. The sensation in plant is restricted on some type as mimosa plant. Or the sensation in plant decrease when the plant structure become complicated. Or the sensation in plant depend on external and internal factors. Or the plant life doesn't depend on the sensation. We know that the sensation present in plant is depending on external and internal factors. Okay. The amount of water lost from the process thus illustrated by arrows in this figure. These arrows which indicate the getting rid of water through opening presence in lower surface of the leaf, which you call stomata. Yes, called transpiration, which take place in all seasons of the year to getting rid of water vapor or excess water vapor. So this process, which you call the transpiration, take place about 90%. Okay. Which of the following cells does the speed of their division increase due to the accumulation of axons in them? The side of stem facing the light, or the side of the root facing the water, or the upper side of the water in horizontal position, or the lower side of stem in horizontal position. This stem, this lower part which is rises up as it is positive phototropism due to increasing the amount of axon in lower part or in upper part. Yes, it increase in lower side of stem. Okay. Which choice in the following table shows that the change in the rate of transpiration on increasing the temperature and decreasing the humidity in the atmosphere during morning? During morning, the rate of transpiration will change. Increasing transpiration due to increasing in temperature and decreasing in humidity to allow the large amount of water to rise up or to getting rid of them. So the increasing in temperature is high and the decreasing in atmospheric humidity is also high. Why? As transpiration increase by increasing temperature and increasing or decreasing the rate of humidity. Okay, decreasing the rate of humidity will be high. Okay. The growth of the plant cells in vertical position is unequal in all of the following except the positive phototropism of stem. Stem, yes, rising up, it will be unequal distribution. Yes. The negative phototropism of root, which grow down, it will be also unequal. Yes. The negative geotropism of stem, okay, the stem will be equal or unequal? Yes, it will be equal. Okay. The positive hydrotropism of root, it will be also unequal. So the only which is equal in distribution or equal in growth at both sides is the negative geotropism of this. The opposite figure illustrated a part of primary ratios of mimosa plant. What happened at the darkness? We know that this part of plant is falling down during a night due to process which called sensation, and this part which called number 2 shrink, which called baldness. Yes, it will shrink and this arch will falling down during night. Okay, so the part number 2 will shrink and the part number 1 will bending downward. Okay, during night only. Which of the following cells have the ability to divide? We know that the cell which has the ability to divide is a living cell, and it must be containing a nucleus. So the only cells which has the ability to divide is the surface layer cell of skin epidermis. No, it contains keratin, which is non-living. Inner layer cells of skin epidermis, yes, it is only the living cells. The nerve cells not divide. The red blood cells also not divide. So the only cell which divide is the inner layer cells of skin epidermis. The correct distribution of the axons in coloputary tubes of oat seedling that exposed to the light from the left side. All of those exposed to the light from the left side. Okay. So the amount of axons in oat seedlings will increase in the which distribution number 8 65 and 35 or 65 70% and 30 50 and 50 which is equal amount or 65% and 35. Yes, it will distribute in the far part with large ratio which is 65%. The increasing of amount of axon here is larger than here, as it will positive phototropism and increasing the outer or the rate of growth in the outer surface of the stem. Okay, so we'll choose number A. Okay, which of the following is similar to its similar in action with the action of stomata? We know the stomata presents in plant in upper and lower surface of the green leaves, but the stomata in the lower surface present with large number than the upper surface, and the stomata responsible for getting rid of water by transpiration. These stomata, like in their action or similar in its action with kidney, nephron, sweat gland or sweat pores. Yes, stomata like sweat spore, which getting rid of sweat or excess water and salt which presents in human body. Okay. The presence of red blood cell in the urine indicates the occurrence of disturbance in the process that occurred in. We know that the red blood cell, when presence of urine, there is a disturbance in filtration process which take place in Truman's capsules. Okay. Secondary 2, study well please, and thanks for your listening and Ramadan Kareem.